Hello neighbors! It's been a while since we gave you a little update from our side on the development of Neighbors Suburban Warfare, because frankly we've been busy. Neighbors got released into early access and yeah, it's been a wild ride since then. On this day, exactly 3 weeks ago, we had released Neighbors Suburban Warfare into early access, and it's been honestly overwhelming to see players brawling it out in Hartsville. And first of all, we want to say thank you. Thank you for playing the game, thank you for streaming the game, creating content, reviewing it, giving us feedback, be it here in Discord or on Steam, in the forum, and yes, even refunding. Because every signal helps us to understand and clarify where the game right now shines and where we need to do better. And today we want to share how we are in the process of fixing it and what we aim to do in the long run. But let's take a step back first and look at what happened since the release.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Not one day over the nation.
As you can see, everybody was super hyped and super excited, and after a very small celebration, everybody got back to work. Because we released 4 hotfixes in the following days after the release and also worked on a lot more fixes in the following 2 weeks. Lastly, we also had our very first patch, which is more than just some minor fixes, but is a substantial change to balancing, technical issues, and also to the gameplay. And this all would not be possible without you being so vocal and passionate about the game and voicing it in the comments and in the feedback. Exposure-wise, we were quite happy. We had multiple big streamers hopping into the game and also content creators creating dedicated content on YouTube. We had a launch stream together with Ludwig, Saikuno, Lily Pichu and co.
What the fuck was that?
I'm low on poop.
Bro, this is gonna
kill
take
one, kill
forever
one.
to break.
How do I switch gun?
I'm breaking into the bathroom.
What was that?
No.
But also we have great content coming from YouTubers like Sir Demetrius or Sandy, which we both highly recommend to check out. Links to these videos are in the description. So overall, the release was consisting of a lot of feedback, working on the game, and a splash on Twitch, because Neighbors was one of the most streamed games at one point, only closely behind Marvel Rivals. So all in all positive, but now we are getting back into the work, or actually we never stopped working on it, but now we are even more intensifying the work. And which brings us to today's update. Upon release, it became very apparent that Neighbors had some flaws. And naturally, we want to fix these flaws as fast as possible. We've heard your feedback, and if we want to sum up the most important issues into 3 points, it would be number 1, lag and hit registration, number 2 being crashes, like the black screen for example, and last but not least, snowballing and balancing. The first 2 issues are technical issues, which are uncovered by having so many players at the same time, and we take them very seriously and are confident that with time we will be able to fix these one after another. But more on that later. Snowballing and balancing, however, are a bigger problem. Since we feel the game as it is right now, and also based on your feedback, it encourages snowballing and stomping. Because the deciding fight of the match basically happens at the very start of the match, where everybody dukes it out on the construction yard for the first resources, and if a team manages to get all of them, it's kind of over then. The enemy team who gets all the resources has the bigger fence, has the better items, and more resources in general, money-wise, and from that point on, it becomes really hard for the team who is behind to come back, because we don't have the systems for that. The game continuously focused more and more about winning the early encounters, and naturally players left the matches after the first few minutes because they felt it doesn't make any sense to continue the game, and yeah, they don't want to play it anymore. Honestly, for us, this development was surprising, since here at Invisible Walls, we play the game internally a lot, and we play it in a totally different way. Besides being colleagues, we are, of course, also friends here, and we play the games like friends. For the fun and the chaos and dumb moments like getting hit by the truck, flying off in the middle of a fight and laughing our asses off. And we wanted you, the players, to experience something similar. We want Neighbors to be a game where players have fun no matter if they lose or win. At least that is our vision. And in order to achieve this goal, we are taking a drastic change on the base game mode. In the last 2 weeks, we've tried to alleviate it with changes to the economy, changing the cost for certain items like the crowbar and other minor changes. They were sometimes more and sometimes less effective, but the general focus on winning the early skirmishes and stomping the enemy was still there, or is still there. And today we are putting out another change and hopefully a solution to that, which hopefully has a big impact on how the game is played, because we are getting rid of the resources. Or to be more precise, we are removing the necessity for resources to upgrade your house level and thus the shop. The crates will still be in the game, they will be visually changed to represent money, but the shop will now upgrade automatically day after day, enabling you to buy the next tier of items after every day in the game. And how it plays out is, on day 1 everybody would have access to the tier 1 items, on day 2 everybody gets to unlock the tier 2 items, and respectively on day 3 everybody has access to all the items in the shop. And lastly, of course, we have the super jackhammer spawning after a certain amount of time has passed and the winner has still not been found. Also, defenses will upgrade after every night. Starting off with the low fence on day 1, on day 2 you have the tall fence, and on day 3 you have the electric fence. This is more than a drastic change, but we think this allows for a more even playing field throughout the entire match, and also a much more enjoyable experience for established and also new players. Since these changes are significant, we don't want to just put them out there without proper testing. So this is why we are releasing the new game mode, or the new test game mode, on a dedicated Steam beta branch. To join and to test the game, all you need to do is to go over to Steam, click on the properties on Neighbor Suburban Warfare, select betas, and in the drop-down menu you should be able to see the beta called Resource Rework. We are leaving it open until next week to see how you, the community and the players, like this change, and if this is more or less the right direction we want to go in. Because we firmly believe these changes lead to more enjoyable experience overall, where it's more fun for established and also new players, and this is the direction we are pursuing. We want this game to be fun and add more things to Neighbors, so you can always feel like you can hop in and just have a great time, no matter if you lose or win. Besides the launch of the Resource Rework, we are also releasing our second patch today. With this patch, we are addressing some of the biggest issues and have some improvements to the gameplay and quality of life. The first thing of the new patch is that we are introducing another comeback mechanic. We talked a lot about snowballing just now, so naturally we have more things to combat this, and one of the things is bounties. So if someone is on a KO spree, they will get a bounty put on their head. So you can see this in the tab menu, as you see here in the example. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. If an enemy neighbor is able to knock them out, they will receive the bounty. Another heavily requested feature which we are now adding with today's patch is the ability to select multiple regions for your matchmaking. The next thing that we are adding is a chat filter. We've received countless tickets of toxic players insulting everybody and everything in the game, so now most of these messages will be filtered and the enemy team will instead praise how beautiful Hartsville is and Harmony Lane and writing beautiful things about the game instead of writing mean things, like for example here. Besides that, we are also adding multiple fixes, like for example the trickshot achievement, which has been fixed. It was not possible to earn it. The dash button is now rebindable. The voice chat is active after the end of the game, so you can all properly say GG to the enemy team. Another highlight that we are introducing with the patch today is the Grandfather and Doreen undercover. Because with the introduction of bounties, you of course need someone to set up these bounties, right? So naturally, we can imagine a few neighbors going to Grandfather or Doreen undercover and putting a bounty on the player's head they feel most annoyed by. These are only some of the things that we are releasing with the patch today. And if you want to know all the changes, feel free to head over to our Steam post where you can see all the changes implemented today. And I got one more thing for you. We talked a bit about the future of neighbors and what we are working on, and we also saw a lot of questions already in the Discord, what is coming next to the game. And while we are also working on the technical fixes and the gameplay changes, like with the resource rework, we are also working on completely new stuff. And one of the biggest updates, which will come with a completely own new map, is a new game mode. We are working on a more casual and chaotic team knockout mode, which will come with its own dedicated map. And as a teaser, I can finally share some first looks of the map we call internally the Warehouse, but is probably called the Harmony Depot, but I'm not 100% sure on the final name. Here, players can jump in, not care about resources, house, essentials, upgraded items, and just duke it out and let the chaos ensue. It's a typical knockout mode where people can hop in and have some fun and create the fun little moments we all love and enjoy. And yeah. If you want to learn more about our thoughts and how we approach the development of neighbors in general, I highly recommend to check out the Q&A with our CEO, David. The VOD can be found here on this channel. I'll put a link to this in the description. And yeah, this is basically it for today's update. It's a bit more lengthy, a bit more serious, but we think we want to develop this game together with you, with the community, with the players' feedback. This is only natural, and we go through the process together, I guess. And we are very happy to have everybody on board. And yeah, we are here because of your feedback, and we will stay on track with your continued help. And yeah, all I want to say right now is try out the new resource rework game mode. Let us know if this is the right direction, and tell us what is working and what is not. Join the Discord, chat with us. Everybody from the team is in Discord, be it animator, be it artist, programmer, even our CEO, David. And yeah, drop feedback and find the games together. And yeah, we will very soon be back with more frequent updates and more transparent patch notes in the future. And yeah, hope to see you there. See you in the neighborhood. Bye.